you know that our brains constantly process thoughts throughout the day? A paper published in Nature Communications by psychology experts at Queen's University in Canada states that we get more than 6,000 thoughts daily. This revelation isn't at all shocking. I have had times when I could literally feel my head heavy on my neck from processing so many thoughts. Sometimes I find myself jumping from one thought to another. Have you ever found yourself lost in a string of thoughts? Perhaps you got locked in thinking one thing but then realize you have built up a flow of several other thoughts, from important ones to really ridiculous ones? This is normal. However, there is that thin line we often cross where our thought begins to become a form of distraction, clogging our processes to being productive. In this video, I will be discussing how negative thoughts affects productivity. Have you found it hard to concentrate on a task because of a barrage of thoughts overcoming you? The truth is that, at one point or the other, we find ourselves unable to do what we need to do because our minds are busy. Stephen D. Levitt and Stephen J. Dubner, in their fantastic book Think Like a Freak, teaches that we can significantly improve productivity through the power of the mind. Indeed, the level of our success and growth individually can be mapped to how we think. In the same way, little or no productivity, poor performance, and even failure are linked to our thoughts. The mind is a tool, and how we use it determines the result of our lives. So, the question is, how do we commonly think our way into not achieving great things? The answer to this is summarized in two words: negative thought. We all at one time or another have had our minds filled with negative thoughts. It is, unfortunately, a war we all must win and keep winning. Negative thoughts come in several forms. You find yourself asking questions like, what if my boss denied my promotion? What will I do if I lose my job? How will I pay my kids' tuition fees? As a young man straight out of college, I remember being so filled with the fear that I would never get a job. What started out as a single thought gradually became a torment. I had all it took to get any job I wanted, but the fear of not getting a dream job was far greater than my qualifications. Of course, I was wrong. I did get a job, and I have had a very fruitful career so far, moving from one job to another. The Confidence Gap, a guide to overcoming fear and self-doubt by Russ Harris, covers greatly how fear is just an illusion. It isn't really real, and so we must do what we need to do, facing life. Fear keeps us focused on the past or worried about the future. If we can acknowledge our fear, we can realize that right now, we are okay. Right now, today, we are still alive, and our bodies are working marvelously. Our eyes can still see the beautiful sky. Our ears can still hear the voices of our loved ones teaching at hand. It is commonly said that fear is an illusion. It is worrying over things that most likely will not happen. And even if they do, they are not as bad as we imagine, because inside all of us is a fighter, the spirit of survival. So, all the negative thoughts that fill your mind preventing you from being productive at work, at your business, in your chores, or as you pursue your passion, are as powerful as you allow them to be. They are not real. The truth is, things are not as bad as you have chosen to interpret them. The economy has not killed all the job. The stock market has not totally fallen. A lot more people are investing today than ever before. You still have time to do the most important thing. During COVID, I had to do a true assessment of situation. Yes, I was surrounded by really scary negative realities. I realized there is always something good happening, even in the face of negative thoughts. What I did is simply replace negative thoughts with positive ones. In so doing, I challenged these negative thoughts, rejecting them to be the entirety of my reality. I chose to focus more on the positive things. Eventually, you must come to realize that in whatever situation you find yourself in, none but you are responsible. Either you will try to improve your position or accept and keep wandering in your thoughts.